Hi, welcome. I don't know who needs to see this video, but I'm definitely looking forward to making it. I will talk about three tools that have been the most pleasant surprise for me. Maybe I'll mention a fourth bonus tool if I don't forget. And what I mean by this, have you ever acquired a tool that you started using and then thought, damn, this is so good, so useful, I should have bought this years ago, or you would not like to be working without that tool? That's the kind of tools that I will be talking about today. Some of them are very obvious and you can laugh at my stupidity, but some may come as a surprise. We'll see. And important context is that I mostly do mechanics in my workshop here, and those are the kinds of tools that I'll be talking about, primarily bicycle mechanics, but not exclusively. So with that out of the way, the longest introduction in the world, let's begin with the first tool. This first tool is a definite I told you so. It's many customers who came to my shop would ask me, hey, you haven't got that tool, or where is that tool? The same goes for most of my friends who work as bicycle or other kinds of mechanics. They would also comment about that. And I'm not sure if you can guess what it is, but I'll give you a few hints. First one is that when I got that tool, finally, I ended up mostly using it for cleaning instead of what the tool is primarily officially designed to do. So that's the first clue. The second clue is that it is very helpful for seating tubeless bicycle tires, and that is the main reason why I finally decided to get it. Okay, so if you haven't guessed already, it's the humble air compressor, and as you can see, I've got the cleaning nozzle mounted on it, and that's what I use almost daily. I will briefly, we made a video about this, we'll just show it with the camera here, but we have a separate video showing this particular model, so I won't be bothering you too much with the details, but it's been a tool that I use practically every day when I'm in the workshop. And I have used air compressors for different kinds of jobs many times, but in my workshop, because it's very small and everything is concrete, I didn't want the extra bulk, taking extra space and the noise and all those reasons, and so I was getting by with using floor pumps. Even for tubeless stuff, it's a hassle, I would not recommend it. And I used compressed air or brake cleaner cans for cleaning and blowing dirt or grease out and things like that, or brushes. So you can work without an air compressor, you can do most things, but it makes things so much easier when you have it. And so when I finally decided, okay, I should get it, because the tubeless tires started getting more and more popular, even in my country, in my city, Serbia, I ended up not using the tool for blowing tires, pumping tires nearly as much as I use the cleaning tool with compressed air, but they are both very useful, and the tool is, it's not a must-have, but a very, very good recommendation. And as I said, I ended up using it every day, even though I could get the job done for years without it. In the bicycle workshop, it's a great thing, and I suppose it's obvious for most people, even those who are not mechanics, but I was resisting getting a tool like this for too many years, and now I can only say that I should have got it earlier and listened to the advice of my mechanics friends. And that leads us to the second tool. This tool may not be very obvious, especially for bicycle mechanics, but it has become one of my most pleasant surprises tools. Let me show you what I mean. I wasn't expecting to use it daily, and I got it only after recommendations from some friends who are mechanics, and it's an impact driver. This is 1/2 inch, and I will make a separate review of this tool. It's made by Bosch, and this particular model I'm quite happy with it, but I won't be taking too much time in this video. Just the whole tool as a concept, that's what this video is based on. Impact driver can be surprisingly effective and helpful in a bicycle shop. If you have a stuck seat post, this is a very neat and dirty trick to do, to drill a hole through this impact wrench rated socket and through the seat post, and then try to use the impact tool to get it unscrewed and moving when it's stuck. So that helps in some occasions when other things fail, before you get down to machining it and drilling it out and completely wasting too much time for a stuck seat post. So it helps with that. It can also help with adapters like this for crank chainring mounting and dismounting, and it makes things a lot easier, especially when the cranks are not mounted on a bicycle. And there are also many other different attachments that you can use with this tool, including even for stuck bottom brackets. I usually go with a 32mm socket and put this, and it gets the job done. Even with this longer one, it's quite powerful and gets it moving easily without having to use a strong long lever and risking to damage threads. This does create some impacts that probably I've noticed that it works good, probably because those impacts help loosen things up, similarly to using an impact screwdriver or hitting things with a hammer to make those stuck things at least a bit loosened. So it's a great tool that I would really never think about using in a bicycle workshop if I didn't get a recommendation from friends who've used it with great success. So I'm sharing this in case it helps anyone else. Again, I'll make a separate video about this particular model. This is made by Bosch. I know that many people from United States watch my channel in English, and this is my opinion, as they say, my honest opinion, as far as I know. If I were in United States, I would probably go with Milwaukee tools, based on my knowledge and experience with tools here and looking at prices in Europe compared to United States. In Serbia, in Europe in general, I think that Bosch is a no-brainer, and I think that Bosch batteries and chargers are of a higher quality compared to Milwaukee. But when you look at the whole package and compare prices and the availability, if you are in the United States, I would recommend, I would look and probably buy Milwaukee tools. And at least, again, this is the way I see it based on the experience so far. Nothing more, nothing less. And this brings us to the third tool that is also probably obvious for most people, but for me it was not really that obvious that it will be so much helpful. Let me show you what I mean. You may laugh also again at my stupidity, but it's a pedal wrench. You basically can get the work done with a 15mm wrench normal. You can add some attachment to get longer lever and to get it to work, but this feature that you get a very long lever that gets your hand out of the way of any chain rings and similar, and this feature allows you to always get the proper leverage when you're trying to unscrew the stuck pedal bolts, because it's better to have let me show you. I don't have any cranks right now, but imagine if this were with the pedal, and so you have one crank arm and you have the other crank arm going further out. It's usually bad to have a lever like this. It's best to have this sort of pulling them against each other, the opposite side crank arm and the one where you're unscrewing the pedal, to have them work like scissors. It gives you a lot better leverage and it's a lot easier to work, and this makes it easier to, however the pedal bolt is placed, you will always be able to use either one or the other side to get the proper lever. So it looks like a simple step from this, but it makes a huge difference and it lets you work a lot faster, a lot easier, and I've been using this for years, but many years before that I was working with wrenches and always thinking, okay, I get the job done, I don't need to pay a lot of money for a special pedal wrench, but the difference is really huge. And so in case you are not aware of that advantage, it does make sense, I would say, even for home mechanics, because it lets you work nicely normally and it's not something that will easily and quickly wear out, and it doesn't cost hundreds of dollars. So I think this is, as far as I'm concerned, a clear recommendation. This model is made by Unior, and again, in United States I would probably look for Park Tools company. Their bicycle tools, I tried and used some, they're not bad. In terms of getting the specialized bicycle tools, they have okay quality, they get the job done, and the prices in the US are, how to say, competitive, while Unior is a better choice for us in Europe, on the other side of the big pond. So that is basically the whole video, but I will just show you now one bonus tool. Now this is a tool that didn't cost a small amount of money, and it was relatively expensive, and ever since I bought it, it's been collecting dust, but I'm still very happy with that tool. So that may sound as a bit of a contradiction, but I will show you what I mean. This is a battery run vacuum cleaner. And it is like it is an industrial grade vacuum cleaner that can collect water or whatever else you spill and any dust and debris, and it has attachments so that you can attach it to other, this one is made by Bosch, so you can attach it to other Bosch tools to collect any sawdust, or if you do something with wood and similar. And I'll make a separate review of this, but it's a very practical thing to have in a workshop, a vacuum cleaner. And for me, I was looking for a decent model with batteries, because there is so little space in my workshop, and sometimes there are so many bicycles that are delicate, either emotional value or very expensive, or both. And so having a cable to run around or going with the mop and the broom, it's not always very efficient, and having a vacuum cleaner for me has been very helpful in making my shop be tidy and decently looking and making it easier to work. So I think that's important, and this really helps a lot and works on batteries. I'll just show you the model. This is the model, and I don't know if Milwaukee has an alternative that is similar, but this one works okay, and not super powerful, but it runs for long enough on normal size batteries and is relatively light to carry around, and so it's a great tool. And that's the whole video. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found at least something interesting, helpful, or at least entertaining, and thank you very much for watching. I also want to thank the good people who support my work via Patreon on patreon.com/BikeGremlin. And if you have any questions or comments, please go to BikeGremlin.net forum and post them there. I make it so to organize and answer questions only in one place. So for both my YouTube channels and websites, I direct people to BikeGremlin.net, so I can go to only one place, see the questions, and answer any questions if there are, and help people in that way without spending too much time to just log into different places and see if there's something new. Again, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in some other video. Cheers, stay cool.